Recording in progress.
And cinema. So, just a quick icebreaker. Who's your favorite movie hero and what do you like about them? Anyone can share. Yes? Yes, Angel.
Yes, please. So I really like Ranveer Singh because of his character, the way he acts. I always feel like whenever I see his acting, I always feel like him as his character more than he as a Ranveer Singh. So I really like his acting.
That's very interesting. Does anybody else want to share? You can raise your hand or just speak. Oh, yes, Dildar.
Yes, please. I like Vijay Deverakonda because his expression is good.
That's interesting. And Fatima and Shamna.
Yes, please. So, my favorite actor is Salman Khan. I like his personality and his. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Rinky?
Yes, so my favorite hero is Akshay Kumar, and I he inspired me a lot. I enjoy his movies because his performance are entertaining.
Mohita?
So my favorite actor is Robert Downey Jr. because when he came to screen, he like gives the life to the character.
Hmm.
So I love.
That's very nice. Anybody else? Okay, I'll move on. So, what is masculinity? So, masculinity refers to traits, behaviors, and roles traditionally linked to boys and men. So, commonly associated traits would be like physical strength, being tough and resilient, emotional control, which is stoicism, which is like an ancient concept. Developed by the Greeks and Romans. Also, aggression and dominance and risk taking, power, competitiveness, independence. These traits are all constructed like through social and socially. So, kind of on what people, how they think and how the society perceives something instead of how it actually is. So, not biologically fixed means like it's not something that is true necessarily. It's just kind of like rumors and then everybody starts to think that way. On the right side here, there's like a small diagram which shows traditional masculinity and the different things that have to that contribute to this. Nana, this is
Yeah,
yours.
sorry. So why should we be talking about masculinity? Why is it important? So usually we see like in India, masculinity is shaped by patriarchy, which is like basically like a class, and then also by caste, by religion, by like colonial like hangovers, basically like from the colonial rule, like whatever is passed on from there through cinema mostly and mythological tales like tales of like Shiva and Vishnu and like how they are portrayed. This really matters because masculinity is usually learned, it's reinforced, and it's always passed on from like earlier generations, and it is what influences how men will see themselves and how they will see others. So, masculinity is not something which is neutral or which you are biologically born with. Masculinity is something which is taught. Okay, so there are some consequences though of rigid masculinity. For example, there can be emotional repression, which means that men might not be able to like explain how they feel or show their true feelings. There may be internal as well as external violence. They may like have like some internal problems with themselves because they're not being able to show what they are actually feeling, as well as externally, like it can lead to a lot of violence. Fragile self-worth, it can also mean that like they feel like they are not enough when like the whole other society may be stronger, better than them. Fear of, they may also be scared of being vulnerable, or and they also may have the pressure to actually perform masculinity, which means to actually to act strong and tough at all times. These like this affects men themselves, and it also affects the people around them, because the people around them will also be influenced by how other men are acting around them. Next.
Just before I continue, somebody had a hand up. You can ask your question now.
Yeah.
Who?
So may I know what does colonial mean?
What? Can you repeat?
What does colonial mean?
I couldn't hear you. Can you? Can you repeat one? I'm sorry.
If you would like, you can type it in the chat box as well.
If you want, you can tap, or you can put your doubt in the chat box.
Yeah, it's in the chat box now.
I'm not able to see it.
Her
Colonial
question was
hangover.
colonial
Okay.
hangover. Yeah.
So basically, in like from the British period, you know how like India was under the influence of whatever like the Britain rules, right? So in that time, it was very normal for you know people to be like portray like strength and being tough as like a very normal way for men to act. And this is basically what was happening in the colonial era. So this was passed on to generations, and now like in our day and age, men still think that they need to be strong and they need to be tough, just like the British rule was. Okay, so now we'll be talking about traditional masculinity and cinema in India. So there are a few like traditional masculine roles that you'd see in India. So we'll say first is the warrior. The warrior would be all about strength and protection, and the only way they felt they could achieve this is through violence. Then there was the authority figure, that the father figure, the king, the guru, the one who takes authority of everyone and makes sure everyone is acting the right way. Then there's the provider. The provider is responsible for like financial control to provide for the family. So they feel like it's all on them. Then there's the stoic hero. The stoic hero is like they are silently suffering, and they may be under emotional like repression, but they don't show it. They still act all heroic and strong on the outside, even though on the inside they may be facing a lot of like emotional turmoil. Then now cinema has like a very great role in reinforcing this masculinity. um Through violence, they can show strength. Through silence, they can show emotional depth instead. And instead of like showing control over women, instead they can show this like um, gratitude towards the success of women. Then there are some examples that we know in Indian cinema of like hyper masculinity. For example, like Kabir Singh, and in movies like Animal as well. So now I have a question for you guys. In like masculinity, what do you think, like which emotions do you think are allowed and which emotions do you think are erased in today's cinema? You can raise your hand or you can just speak. That's fine. And if you have any problem with your mic, you can type it in the chat.
Yes, Sanjana and Shivani, you can go first.
In masculinity, I think the emotions that are allowed, like dashing or powerful, and which are erased, that showing their emotion, like crying, something like that.
Right, that's a very great answer. How about Angel?
Yes, please. So, as I have noticed in today's time, the emotion that are mostly men are allowed to show in public settings and in day-to-day life is something like aggression or anger or maybe little bit bullying. Maybe it's also kind of normal for boys to do this, but when it comes to like acting little soft and emotional or maybe or also especially crying, they are really shamed for that.
Yeah, that's a very great answer. How about Sejal?
Hello, am I
Sejal?
audible?
Yeah, you're
Hello. Yes. So answering to your question, what I have mostly observed is men are mostly encouraged to show emotions that fits the criteria of traditional masculinity. Whereas if there are emotions that really shows them expressing other emotions, such as if they are being expressive, or if they are showing that they are sad, or they are just sharing their emotions, these emotions are not encouraged.
right. That's a great answer. Anyone else? Or should we move on? Yeah, okay. I think we can go forward. Okay, so like you all said, most of the like roles in Indian cinema for masculine roles, such as being emotionally soft, are erased. But new masculinities can be formed in Indian cinema. Nowadays, we see shifts in like the way directors and writers write Indian stories for movies. They show shifts of vulnerability, which is basically being okay with showing your emotions. Men who care for their family, for their friends, and men who aren't afraid to fail, grieve, or to doubt themselves. For example, movies such as Kapoor and Sons, they show like sons which are caring for aging parents, even though there's like a lot of emotional labor going on in their family. Then movies like Masan, they portray grief, they portray guilt and softness, and how it's okay to feel such things at such times. Then there's Kumbalangi Nights, which is basically men who are like learning about emotional literacy and their journey through that. And then, of course, there's October, which shows how a man can be caregiving and can have emotional presence. This tells us that healthy masculinity can be learned. It doesn't need to be passed on from old social norms. Next. Okay, so we have I want you to like watch this advertisement.
Sorry, is it audible?
Nana, shield, leg.
Yeah, it's audible.
फिर दाग लगा दिया पापा ये लीजिए आपके घर जाने की टिकट हेलो या आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू सेंड यू द ईमेल 5 मिनट्स या गिव मी 5 मिनट्स आई एम गोइंग
मेरी छोटी सी गुड़िया कितनी बड़ी हो गई, घर घर खेलती थी, अब घर संभालती है, ऑफिस संभालती है। आई एम सो प्राउड एंड आई एम सो सॉरी। सॉरी कि ये सब तुम्हें अकेले करना पड़ता है। सॉरी कि जब तुम घर घर खेलती थी तो मैंने तुम्हें रोका नहीं। ये नहीं कहा कि ये सिर्फ तुम्हारा काम नहीं है, तुम्हारे हस्बैंड का भी है, पर कहता भी कैसे है।
और मेरी ग्रीन शर्ट धो देना।
मैंने भी तो कभी तुम्हारी मम्मी की हेल्प नहीं की, और तुमने जो देखा वही सीखा। तुम्हारे हस्बैंड ने भी बचपन में यही देखा होगा। घर घर खेलते वक्त वो टीवी देखने की या न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ने की एक्टिंग करता होगा, और तुम जैसी कोई छोटी सी लड़की चाय बनाने की एक्टिंग करती होगी। उसके डैड की तरफ से सॉरी, तुम्हारे डैड की तरफ से सॉरी, और हर उस डैड की तरफ से सॉरी जिसने कई कई सालों से एक गलत एग्जाम्पल सेट किया है। पर अभी भी देर नहीं हुई। इस सॉरी के साथ मैं अपनी तरफ से एक छोटी सी कोशिश करूंगा कि घर के काम में मम्मी की हेल्प करूं। किचन का किंग ना बन पाऊं तो कम से कम लॉन्ड्री में तो हाथ बटाऊं। इतने साल एक गलत एग्जाम्पल सेट किया है, अब कुछ सही कर जाऊं। तुम्हारा पापा।
Okay, so like as you guys saw in the video, it shows how like the dad is showing like his emotions and actually taking charge of domestic work like cooking, housework, and other work, which shows like a change. It shows a change from men who decide to be tough to men who decide to care more for others. It shows that representation, how men are represented in advertisement, it shapes permission. It shapes how men will actually act in real life and how they will help the women in the house. There's one more. I'd like you to watch this one too.
सेकंड ना और लड़की से हार गए कैसे? चल this advertisement, it showed us like a very important message that inequality, it can get learned, but equality is what actually needs the most teaching. The way you portray to your children how healthy masculinity, or people who are younger than you, how healthy masculinity or how masculinity should be observed, is how they will act. This shows that parenting is what's going to shape social norms in the future. Okay, now let's see this, like how the role of media matters in like storytelling. So the media, like movies, shape what we think is normal. They influence how boys and men see themselves, and repeated images of how like men are shown to be tough and strong, they become social rules. So what the media can do is, instead of aggression, they can normalize kindness. And by doing this, they can change so many mindsets all over the world. when films changed, then so many people's thinking would change, right? When you show emotional men on the screen rather than men who are like repressed about their feelings or who feel that they don't need to show how they actually feel, this will obviously like reduce like the worst way masculinity is being portrayed. Media basically will help the society accept different kinds of men. For example, from old action heroes, from movies like Sholay and Ghayal to movies like Tamasha and Aankho Dekhi, you can see a very big change in how men are actually shown on the screen. Next slide. So, what can writers and directors do to actually create healthy masculinity in media? Writers can create healthier characters. They can write men who talk about their feelings, who show mistakes without any shame about it, and avoid having pride in violence. Instead, they should be more caring, more vulnerable, and more okay to fail and to doubt their abilities. Directors can show actors how to show care on the screen and vulnerability by using maybe like some small quiet emotions or like close like some small moments, showing men who care for each other and showing that there is strength in kindness. For example, movies like, I'm pretty sure you all know about Dear Zindagi. It's a very popular movie and one of my favorites actually. Um, Dear Zindagi, there's Newton. There are movies like The Sky is Pink and Aligarh, which actually show men who don't have any shame in showing care and being vulnerable towards like what they are feeling. Okay, just like one short activity. So, this is like a sentence, like probably like from a movie. So the hero is hurt, but instead of fighting, he pauses. What do you think the writer could make him do next? That instead of using violence, it still shows strength. Anyone can answer. Yes, Angel.
According to me, the writer can show the hero taking step back and acknowledging his emotions and try to understand if he's emotionally hurt, try to understand those emotions, and if he's physically hurt, the writer can show him crying maybe and like taking step back and try to handle those emotions and like understand those emotions.
Yes, because that would actually like show to the audience how important it is. Anyone else? Anyone can answer, or we can move forward. Okay, I think we can go forward.
Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about healthy masculinity in different things. So we talked about how it looks in media and everything, but now something like visual arts. So how many of you guys, just like you can raise your hand, how many of you guys like doing art? Yeah, so quite a few of you guys like doing art. So often there's like different types of like art that a lot of people do, and visual arts, men have been shown like expressing emotions such as calmness, sadness, and care, and also focusing on kindness and empathy as well as self-reflection through art. Because when people come to galleries and see these kinds of artworks in museums, they can also it can also cause them to think like them. men are not shown as aggressive or dominant. They can be shown at their most vulnerable state, just being caring, and emotional openness is presented as a strength, not a weakness as it is in society. So there are many artists, for example, Sam Taylor Johnson and Mithu Sen and Kenneth Wiley. These artists work on, like, they have designated their arts just to works of men, which is exploring male vulnerability by capturing moments of tenderness and emotional openness. So this also can benefit everybody who is viewing. Now, also healthy masculinity in photography. Men can show expressing emotions like calm, sadness, and care, and often photography is candid, which means like it's not like you don't always pose and take a photo. You take a photo while people are just living their life, and so that just shows that people are actually going through these emotions, and photography helps in showing that. Men are not shown as aggressive or dominant, and again, emotional openness is presented as a strength. So photographers like, for example, Tim Hetherington and Zoe Zimmerman also have portfolios just dedicated to showing male vulnerability and capturing these moments through real life. So diversity and representation in art and photography. So masculinity can look very different across many different cultures and identities. In some it can be more dominant, and some it could be different forms of masculinity. So men shown with different body types and different appearances can also be shown. And also, like, male mindset can be changed through art and photography. So like, a lot of times, like, a common masculinity perception is that men have to be strong and big and all of that, but through like art and photography you can show that everyone comes in different shapes and sizes, and there shouldn't be that level of pressure on men to become that. So this also includes different races, ages, and sexual orientations, which means whatever you want to be and who you decide to be. And additionally, through visual arts and photography, this is able to promote self-acceptance and inclusion of all. If anyone has any questions, you can ask them, because I think we've come to the end. Thank you very much. Does anyone, you guys can take 2-3 minutes to think about any questions you have overall in the presentation, or anything you would like to add, comments also about the presentation, how it made you feel.
Any information you might have.
Yes.
Feel free to like raise your hand if you think of anything.
Yes, Angel?
I would like to say that the presentation was really good. The video, and then through art and photography was good. And I want to ask, like, according to you, what do you think we can do to change perspective, how boys are grown up into thinking like this kind of emotion, particular emotion is something you should show, and some kind of emotion is okay to be shown. Like, how can we change that and make boys understand that emotional and talking about the emotions is okay?
Yes, that's a really good question. So, in my opinion, I think that the best way to show openness is an acceptance, because a lot of the time why guys and men are always scared of like being open is because they're kind of scared of what people are going to think of them is one thing, and how is everyone, if everyone's acting a certain way, why should I act a different way. But by spreading awareness through presentations like these, maybe putting them in schools, so boys and men can learn. Also, like Nana had mentioned, it's also a very generational thing that's happening, so it gets passed down from grandparents to parents, parents to children, but making those small changes in households as well, so not only educating children but educating also parents on how to help in the household, and different things like that can be very beneficial. Nana, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, like we have said, which was extremely like correct through like social norms and through parenting, you can learn how like masculinity can be healthy. Also, like she had we had presented through like photography, a lot of photography that is like usually displayed in some like advertisements or even like normally it can actually change how men like act on a daily basis, even through like movies, which is like a very common form of media which everyone watches. Through through generational types of media, you can understand how to actually be like healthy in your type of masculinity.
Yes, and just one additional thing. We are like the younger generation, we're the new generation, the upcoming generation. So it's also our job and our duty to educate our parents and grandparents. So after hearing like this presentation, you guys, if anyone is interested more in this, you can watch more videos or reach out to any of us regarding these social norms, and you can find a way to talk about it just in your household, because these small changes will end up contributing to a bigger change later.
Any
Does
other question?
anybody else? Yes, Danish.
Yes, I just wanted to share that I learned a new thing. Like we always watch movie in a scene like this is a hero, this he or she will be playing this and this character. But now today we learn through visual arts and this we can portray a new thoughts, a new feeling, like a change we can make through videos as well as from movies also. So yeah, this was I learned.
Thank you for sharing what you learned.
Any more questions? Or can we end?
Sanjana and Shivani.
I would I want to say that what I like presentation is that one second, I'm sorry. That is a very important what kind of content we are consuming, because movies and the kind of content that we are consuming plays very important role in our perspective, values and beliefs. So we should be careful that whatever we are consuming, it will we will act like that at the end.
Yes, that's totally correct. All of our consumption of like media, movies, and this portrays something in a very different sense than it actually tends to be in reality. So it's good that like at least that everyone's acknowledging it, because at least when you know, of course you're still gonna watch movies and things like Bahubali and all. The warrior is gonna be the guy, right? The main character, the dominant person. But knowing that that's just how it's portrayed in like film and things like that. Would be really helpful.
does anybody else have any doubts? Great, perfect. So thank you so much for joining the session. Vibha and Naina, take your screenshot. So I'll be putting it on the group. Then you can use it in reports as well. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You all can leave the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, yeah, you can leave the meeting.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.
I hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.